Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Tepananga, and on here we speak all things business, marketing and mindset. If this is your kind of content, please be sure to hit the subscribe button as well as ring the notification bell so you can be alerted every time I release a new video. In this video, I will be reflecting on the first quarter, which was from January to March, and also bringing you along with me as I plan for the second quarter, which is from April right up until June. So if you're interested to see how I go about setting my goals and also ensuring that I achieve those goals, then be sure to watch until the end of the video. I'm going to be dividing this video into three parts. The first part is going to be me explaining just the logic behind my goal setting and how I ensure that I achieve my goals. And the second part, I will be reflecting on the first quarter. And the third part, I will be planning for the second quarter. So please be sure to watch until the end of the video. Like this video and leave a comment down below if you're enjoying the video. So without further ado, let's get into it. So goal setting is an important part of my life, and it's because it helps me live my life with a lot more intention, and achieving my goals is just as important to me. And so it matters that I set goals that are achievable and also put systems in place to ensure that I achieve those goals. And there are two books in particular that have contributed to the way in which I set my goals and the way in which I go about achieving those goals. And the first book is Atomic Habits by James Clear. If you're somebody who is interested in personal development and you want to learn more about goal setting, you've probably heard about this book or you've read this book. And what this book is about, it speaks about making small, ridiculously small positive changes in your life to improve your life by 1%. So if you make these really small changes every single day, your life improves by 1%. And really, if you think about it, it means that by the end of the year, you would have improved by 365% of what you were at the beginning of the year, which really, in the grand scheme of things, is impressive. So James Clear really hones in on the importance of making small positive changes to override the bad habits that are already ingrained in your everyday life. And so I always have that in mind when I think about setting my goals. And so the second book that has contributed to the way I go about setting my goals, especially with just dividing them by quarters, is the 12-year week by Brian P. Moran and Michael Lennington. And so what this book is about, it basically makes you realize just how long 365 days is, and how sometimes when you set yearly goals, you tend to overestimate firstly how long the year is and just how much energy will be needed in order for you to achieve your yearly goal. So you tend to be unrealistic in the way that you set your goals. So what the 12-year week tells you is that you divide your week by 12 weeks, which is 90 days or 3 months, and then you rest for a week after setting after the 3 months, you rest for a week. And what this does is that it helps you set systems in place to get more done in 12 weeks as opposed to a year. So that is how I go about goal setting, and these are the two books that have kind of contributed to the way I go about setting my goals and ensuring that I achieve my goals, and also setting systems in place to ensure that I really do achieve those goals, because it really matters to me that I achieve those goals. So now we're moving into the second part of the video, where I will be reflecting on the first quarter, which is from January to March. And so how I'm going to go about that is I'm going to rate the quarter out of 10. So when I set my goals, I divide them into 5 categories, and the categories are health and fitness, career, business or revenue, spirituality, and relationships. So I'm going to be rating each category out of 10, and then I'm going to be rating the entire first quarter out of 10. And what this does, it makes me realize areas that need improvement, areas where I should consider when setting goals for the second quarter, areas or categories that would need more effort or need more commitment from my side. So that's why I do what I do. It's very important to always just check out and just scope out the landscape before you set goals, so that you know what it is that you need to work on, and also what it is that you're working with currently. So that's how I go about my goal setting. I always just reflect. So let's get into scoring the different categories. So for health and fitness, I would rate it 6 out of 10. This is because I was very consistent with working out in the month of February. In Jan and February, I was very consistent with working out. I was working out 3 times a week, and then it started being very flaky in March, and that was also because I wasn't waking up as early as I used to wake up in the first 2 months of the year. So that's why I'm gonna rate it 6 out of 10. For relationships, I'll give it an 8 out of 10, and that is because in the first quarter I genuinely did not intend on focusing on relationships, but I actually ended up focusing on relationships. I was very present in my friendships, I was very present in my relationships with my loved ones, and so that's why I'll definitely rate it a, what did I say, 7 out of 10. 7 out of 10. Career, I will rate it a 6 out of 10, and that is because there's one thing that I've done for my career from Jan to March consistently, and that was submit articles to a publication. I was very consistent with doing that, and so that is really, really good, that I was consistent with doing something for my career and for the brand Tabang. And then for business, I will rate my business, I'll rate it 8 out of 10. Firstly, because I intended on signing 3 types of contracts for IMA, and I only signed 2 out of the 3 types of content. Another thing is I had set out to get 3 retainer clients solely from Instagram, and I did get 3 retainer clients solely from Instagram, so I achieved a lot of my business goals. So business was definitely a 8 out of 10 because of the one contract that I did not manage to sign in the past 3 months. And then lastly, spirituality was 5 out of 10. It was 5 out of 10 simply because my relationship with God was not as strong as I would have liked it to be. I didn't spend as much time with God as I would, like reading my Bible and all of that. I also wasn't very consistent with attending morning prayer. It was very shaky in that area, and so that's why I'll rate it a 5 out of 10. And that will also be, a note to myself that is an area of my life that I need to focus on in the second quarter. So now that we're done rating the first quarter, let us move into planning for the second quarter. When it comes to planning for the second quarter and also setting goals for the second quarter, also, like I mentioned in the reflection for the first quarter, is that I divide my goals into different categories, and I'm still going to divide them into the same 5 categories. And so let's start with health and fitness. With health and fitness, I want to get to a point where I'm exercising 5 times a week, right? And so based off the principles of atomic habits, right now I'm not very consistent with working out, and I was only working out 3 times a week. So what I'm going to start doing now is making sure that I'm consistent with working out 3 times a week, because that's how I started initially. So I'm going to make sure that I'm consistent with that, and once I can work out 3 times a week, in the month of April, I'm going to add 1 more day in May. And if I can consistently work out 4 times a week, then by the end of June, I'm going to make sure that I work out 5 times a week. Right, and then the second category is relationships. I do want to put a lot more effort into my relationships, go out with my friends more, and I want to go out with 3 of my friends. 2 of my normal everyday friends, but one of the friends that I want to go out with is a friendship that is still very new, it's still budding. So I want to put more effort in making friends, or growing certain friendships in the second quarter. For career, I want to submit 3 articles to different publications by the end of the second quarter. Right now I'm only submitting articles to 1 publication, so I want to increase the number of publications that I send my articles to. But another thing is I want to not only create or write articles as pertaining to digital marketing, I want to increase another niche that I'm knowledgeable in, and that is business development. So I want to write more articles around business development. So one article about digital marketing, and 2 about business development, or anything that is related to business development. For business, so I have recently started a new business. I co-founded a new business, and you know, the foundation of this new business is definitely stronger, a lot stronger than IMA's foundation. And so by the end of the first quarter, I'd really like to see the new business have signed 2 clients, and then for IMA I want to sign the 1 contract that I spoke about earlier on that I did not manage to sign. So by the end of the second quarter, I would have definitely liked to have signed that contract. But another thing is I'd like all my business accounts to reach 1,000 followers. So if you have not followed IMA's Instagram page, please do so. Even the new business's Instagram page, please follow it. I will leave all the links in the description box, so please help me achieve this goal. The last part is spirituality. So with spirituality, I want to make sure that I read the Bible every single day. It's not a crazy thing, it's not an unattainable goal for me, because I have gotten to a point where I was able to do that. So I definitely do want to prioritize quiet time with the Lord. And another thing is I want to join morning prayer. So morning prayer is from Monday to Friday, 5 a.m. And so it's 5 times a week. So I'm definitely want to try and do it 5 times. I'm definitely going to do it 5 times a week. But like with the working out, I'm going to start slowly. I'm gonna start with I'm gonna start with being consistent with 2 times a week, and then 3 times a week, and then 4 times a week, and then 5 times a week. Because morning prayer really does help me start my day on the right note. And when I wake up early, I'm then able to work out because, you know, I'm already up. And it also helps me start my day a lot slower than having to wake up late and I'm jumping out of bed, and it makes sense for me to start the morning like that, right, in fellowship with the church and just praying and everything. Another thing that I want to do for like spirituality and self-care is to journal once a week. I'm not in therapy right now, and so I think it's very important for my mental health to kind of just jot down some of my most dominant thoughts and just write them down, to just kind of like, you know, let it all out, as opposed to having it all up in my head, just so that I can think a lot clearer. I can also take note of some of the things that are occupying my mind. So I'm definitely going to be journaling a lot more this time. So yeah, so that is me planning for the second quarter, and I'm putting it on camera. That means you guys have every right to hold me accountable. And yeah, if you're interested in setting marketing goals, I actually have a video, you can check it out right here. And if you're somebody who struggles with self-sabotaging, you don't know how to stop getting in your own way, you can check out this video here as well. If you enjoyed this video, please let me know in the comments. Let me know if I should continue doing such videos. Let me know if you would like a monthly reset as opposed to a quarterly reset. Also let me know what topics around marketing and business and mindset that you would like me to speak about. I'll be more than happy to speak about it. But anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. If you have gotten until the end of the video, leave a fire emoji in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the notification bell so you can be alerted every time I release a new video. So I will see you guys in my next one. Goodbye.